evening and welcome to Chess and Wine. Yet another episode of it. My name is AD Bila, coming at you with another exciting update. So a whole lot of things have been happening, and obviously it's been a while since we got together. I know I sent you some interesting videos of the tournament in Mobella, and now I've got some interesting updates as well of some of the most exciting things happening in and around South Africa, chess wise. Number one, my goodness. Obviously, it's the USAs. We've got the University Sports South Africa University Games that are happening right now in Durban. I saw a post of the president of KwaZulu Natal Chess, KwaZulu Natal KZN Chess, Mr. Lindokuhle Ngubane, doing an opening ceremony there, and hopefully it's being run with obviously the involvement of the federation. That side, I see that what is this? The chief arbiter of the event is who is the chief arbiter? Kit Rust, video arbiter Kit Rust. Yeah. Yeah. And the deputy chief arbiter is Janti Mafongosi with Ayanda Kumed and Lubabalo Hatebe, Noloandle Kumalo as the other arbiter. Wait, is Noloandle Kumalo one of the provincial representatives for Chess South Africa? I think so. Yeah, obviously, there's also Minenhle Ngcondo there as an arbiter. So I see Nolwandle Khumalo is involved. That's a beautiful thing. That's a provincial representative from KZN. That's a good. This is exciting. This is beautiful. I haven't even noticed that. But yeah, it's taking place at the Steve Biko campus of the Durban University of Technology. So yeah, man, it's interesting because there's 20 universities taking part in that event. 20 universities, each with 10 players, or each was meant to bring a team of 10 players. Because if each one of them brought 10 players, then we would have 200 players gathered in one venue for this exciting event. But obviously, not all of them managed to bring the 10 players. We have now on the lead. I think that's according to the current standing of results. Yeah, so there's Cape Peninsula University of Technology. We have Durban University of Technology, also with 10 players. We've got Nelson Mandela University with 10 players. We've got Northwest University, the Mahikeng campus, also with their 10 players. But the Nelson Mandela University only has 9 players, fielded 9 players. So yeah, that's number 7 is the Northwest University Potchefstroom campus with 10 players. And we've got Northwest University Vaal campus. 3 campuses. That's beautiful. Also with their 10 players. There's Rhodes University with 9 players. You see what I mean? There's Sefako Makgato University with 10 players. I think that's the university that's attached to Omabusela. Johannes International Mabusela is attached to coaching. It's coaching. So yeah, he's up there as well with the team. There's the Sol Plaatje University with 10 players. Sol Plaatje University, when I think of Sol Plaatje University, I think I remember the late professor used to be involved with this university. I think he was maybe he was not just a coach or administrator, but he was working with this university chess-wise, if I remember correctly, but I may be wrong. 10 players. And there's Stellenbosch University with 6 players. Why would you do that, Stellenbosch? So yeah, with 6 players. And there's University of Capetown with 10 players. There's University of Fort Hare with their 10 players. There's University of Free State, 7 players. My goodness. University of KwaZulu-Natal with 7 players. University of Limpopo with 10 players. There's University of Pretoria. That's number 21. So it's actually over 20 teams, huh? University of Pretoria with 6 players. How could they have? Well, they only have 6 players. That's the open section. And there's University of Witwatersrand also with 10 players. So it's actually 25 teams gathered here. 25 teams. My goodness, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, and the current standings, I'm gonna go back quickly to it because last time I checked, it was a Nico from the Stellenbosch University who was on the lead of this event, and it was such cool. It was such a thing because I see there's some known players who are here taking part, and we see that the top seed of the event was Slepe Lwazi, was representing Western Province, and it's from the Capetown University. And who else is here? Let me just quickly. Yeah, Martin Luke and Martin Nico and James Denham. That's the top 3 in terms of rating. But the standings currently, after how many rounds? after 6 rounds. So after 6 rounds, we've got Nico Martin from Western Province, from the obviously representing the Stellenbosch University, with 6 points out of the 6 rounds that have been played. And at number two is Selepe Loazi from the Western Province again, with 5.5 points out of the 6 games played. And the third place is Monrey Van Vogel. Yeah, yeah. All right. And he's also from the Western Cape, it seems. In his yeah, he's representing the University of the Western Cape with 5.5 points. So in the top three, it's so interesting because in the top three, two players are from the Western Province. And tonight, on this episode, I'm going to be talking to the president of Western Province, because another update, interestingly, that's happening that I was going to bring here is that we have seen, obviously, we've been following that the Western Province was having an award ceremony, an award event, a Western Province Chess Awards. Western Province Chess Awards. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's so interesting because I just needed to get some more details and more information on that and just find out what was happening and why and who were the winners and all that. And that is why we're going to be talking to the president of Western Province, Mr. Burton van Staaden. But on top of that, like another update that I wanted to give you, it's a beautiful update as well. We as South Africa, Chess South Africa, are being represented at the currently ongoing African Junior Chess Championships. And we've got three players who are representing us, all three of them coming from Bojanala. Again, I see there's another president that we need to speak to, the president of Bojanala. So all these three players who are South Africans representing us at the African Junior Chess Championships are from Bojanala, and that is Chisomo Poshomo on the ladies section, and there's FIDE Master Michael Simpson and FIDE Master Banele Mango, who are currently all doing well in the event. We see that Michael Simpson is on full score, 3 points out of three after 3 rounds, and Banele Mango has only one draw, with obviously with a score of 2.5 points out of 3 points. She's almost only played 2 games so far by this point that we were recording, and she lost one, won one. It's another one still to come. So yeah, playing the third round as we're speaking. But yes, so yeah, coming right up, we're speaking to the president of Western Province, Mr. Burton van Staaden. So stay tuned as we bring you news on the awards, on the chess awards, the Western Province Chess Awards, and find out who won and what did they win for. Oh my goodness, such beautiful things. It'll be lovely, man, to have awards in all the regions, and then afterwards awards in the provinces, if provinces could arrange something like that, and then the National Chess Awards. And then everybody that's been involved gets to receive some recognition, gets to be awarded, gets to be appreciated, to show that appreciation. That's encouraging. It's encouraging, and we need to encourage it and see more and more people doing it, more and more people being awarded. Obviously, whether you get a certificate, you get a trophy, you get money, you get vouchers, you get whatever. Let's find out what they're getting in the Western Province coming right up. Stay tuned. President Burton van Staden, good evening and welcome to Chess and Wine.
Hi, good evening, Eddie. So I see I made it onto your show, eh?
No, I'm glad to have you. You see, even right just now, while I was doing the introduction to this, I just went in to check out the USAs, right? Like just to see the standings at the USAs, and I see the top three. In the top three, two of the players are actually from the Western Province.
Yeah, no. We've got some of the best players here, so we're very proud of our players that we've got. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, because you know what the funny thing is that the other day we were at a tournament, so we were busy speaking with some of the players, and we were asking which province do you think, which region actually federation do you think is the top federation in the country? So there's a mention of maybe between Johannesburg Metro, Tshwane, Western Province, and now they're adding Bojana to the mix. I was like, which one do you think is the best? Everybody. The consensus is like Western Province is the top province.
Yeah, no. As I said, we pride ourselves. We claim to be the biggest and the best.
Yeah, so you are that. Like, I'm glad to be speaking to you today, and especially I mean, the biggest thing, I think, the one thing that I felt was number one, it was the what the chess league that you had, which was a very big one. And I'm hoping we're going to speak about that as well a little bit. And now there's the sports awards. There was the Western Province Chess Awards, which is also something that is quite encouraging. So so that is why I'm glad to be to have you. Then we can speak on that. So yeah, on that note, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie.
All right. So yeah, now back to the awards. So just tell us a bit about that. Is this the first time or that you're having these awards, or have you been having them before and or maybe they've been
Yeah,
interrupted by COVID or just a bit of
yeah, no, no. This awards is held annually,
mm,
and yeah, since I've been involved in chess, I know that the awards was held. And yes, it was only during the COVID times that it was not held. But last year we also had the awards,
mm.
and yeah, so it's an annual award.
Oh yeah, what is the difference? Because I'm remembering that back in the days when Tanzania was still a region, when we had awards, we would have awards only for the players actually. So it'll be just for, especially it'll be just for the junior players. So it'll be just awarding the best performing junior players, and that was it. So what categories do you have in your awards, and
Yeah,
why have you added
yeah.
those categories?
Yeah,
Yes.
we've got about I think about 15 different categories,
Okay.
and it starts from awarding the best school chess player, and best female school chess player, best junior player. Obviously, the main awards at the end of the day is your sports person of the year or your best chess player,
Mm-hmm.
both for male and female.
Yeah.
And then we also have awards such as the best team for the year,
Yes.
the best club, awards for photographer of the year, even journalist of the year, chess
Wow.
journalist of the year. So yeah, so it's a long list of different categories that we've got. And what happens is that these awards that we have now, all the candidates that was the winners of the different categories then go forward, and we then nominate them for the Cape Town Sports Awards that
Oh,
happens next year.
all right. All right.
Yeah.
Which are even bigger, I think, eh?
Yes, and then chess have to compete with all the other sporting codes.
All right. All right. No, I see. I see. All right. So now, what are the prizes? What are the incentives? What are the winners getting from those
Well, there's no monetary prizes. I think it's just the prestige associated with being the winner of a specific category, And I mean, even today, I had people that was like contacting me and saying like, but now why did I not win this or whatever, because people want to win, they want to be recognized for their efforts and things. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the recognition, being recognized, especially by the best federation in the country, then it's it just puts you up
Yeah,
there.
no, add it to your CV. It counts for a lot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, what about can you just let's recognize some of the people that won here? Like who are some of the winners that you can remember? For instance, you had your probably your best coaches, your best schools, and all of that.
Yeah. So the best starting off with the best coach. It was for the second year in a row was Ruben Salomon.
Okay.
He's been doing amazing work at the Kiro Academy,
Mm.
and then the awards for the best the chess player or sportsman of the year, that went to the Russian player that has been playing here in Cape Town, and
Matvey Rogov, is it Rogov?
yeah, yeah. So Matvey, he just put Jan Karsten, I don't know, probably by a short neck, because they were the two main
Hey,
contenders for that award.
they were neck to
Um,
neck, those two. Yeah, because I'm just
the two
thinking.
youngsters were going at it. And then on the women's side, it was International Master Jesse February that won the award there.
Wait, it's Jesse February playing for Western Province now.
Yes, yeah, she relocated to Cape Town.
But
So
I
yeah,
mean,
we
isn't it the
quite
first
chuffed
year?
to have her around here.
Isn't she there for the first year, or like for a few months now? And
Yeah,
already,
she's been here for a year.
who are the other contestants? Because I don't know. I don't think it's fair.
Well, I think it was a close contest because other candidate was woman international master Denise Bawa.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it was a very close contest between the two of them. Yeah.
All right. Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, so she just got here and now she's coming to take over in VP. Congratulations to Jesse as well.
Yeah. No, no, we were happy to have JC around here, you
Yeah,
know.
and I mean, again, I'm just thinking between Rogov and Jan Kasten. I mean, that's also it must be a very close one as well. Because again, with his recent performance, Jan Kasten, especially at the was it the World Youth or what event was that? I don't remember.
Mm.
Yeah, coming eighth. I mean, yeah, that's something big. But yeah, but Rogov has been like winning and a lot of
Yes,
tournaments.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
As I
That,
said, it was probably it was probably a very close call between the two of them. Yeah, we had a panel that assessed all the motivations for the nominees, and they obviously made a decision based on what was put in front of them.
yeah, and especially in the events where they were both taking part, I think if you put that into consideration as well, because I remember the last big event was the what is that one? The Moja, right? Where
Yes.
yeah, I think Rogov finished ahead of Jan Kasten, so yeah, that's one of the reasons. And wow, Salim Ruben is becoming a super coach, eh? All of these awards.
Yes, as I said, it's the second year that he's winning this award. So yeah, he's an outstanding coach.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's well deserved.
Who else was the runner-up for that one? The coach of the year MVP? Because I don't know.
I think it was Andrew Tomakis. He's also quite a outstanding coach.
Yeah,
I mean, we're quite blessed in Cape Town to have a number of coaches that are very good. And
yeah.
I think the competition amongst them is quite tough.
Yeah, with everything there, with the players, with the coaches, the competition is just tough. So, what are the other the best schools? Maybe because I saw is it Kuro Devonville?
Yeah. Kuro so Ruben is a coach at Kuro. So I think the two things are interlinked.
So if his team
So
becomes the best, and he has to become the best coach.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Kuro Derbyshire is performing very well in the local competitions, school competitions, top schools competitions.
Mm.
Um, and then we also had like the best team. The nomination there was, or the winner there was Steiner's Chess Club,
The winners
um,
of the league, right?
best team of yeah team of the year. And
Nice.
yeah, and then the club of the year was my club, Kraaifontein Chess Club,
What's the club again?
Kraaifontein Chess
Oh,
Club.
Capetown. Was it? It was also was it taking part in the what in the league as well? It was, eh?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm quite proud of our achievements in that club. We started the club in 2016, 2017, and we managed to be promoted in this league. We started off in the E division, and every year
Mm.
we basically got promoted until we got to the Premier division of the league this year.
All right.
And
So,
yeah, and then this year we were able to compete in that division, and I
mhm.
think we ended up, I think it was fifth out of 12 teams. So
Coming in for the
I think
first time in the Premier League, even I think that's a big thing. Yeah.
I mean, for me, when we started off this year, I was just saying like, listen, we must just not be relegated. So we wanted to be number 10,
At least,
not be
yeah.
relegated. But we performed quite well. So yeah, so I think the club also deserves that award.
Wow. Wow. No, yeah. No, that's a beautiful thing. So obviously it's the most improving club, most consistent club. So I guess it deserves not necessarily the best is the tennis, but yeah. All right. So congratulations to your club as well. So yeah. What are the other categories? Let's recognize them.
I think the one that I think Dr. Lyndon Bauer, he was recognized for his
Reflections.
he was recognized for Senior Player of the Year. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. When you get over the age of 50 years, then you go into a new category. So, but he's still one of our strongest players in Cape Town. So, yeah, I think that is also well deserved. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think his yes, I think his performance as at the Cape Town Masters as well was very impressive. Hey, beginning of the year, Dr. Bauer.
Yes, yeah.
Was
No, no, he actually didn't play in the Cape Town
was it the Cape
Masters.
Town
He played
Masters?
in, he played in the Moja.
Was it the no? I saw him in the Moja, but there was an event. Which big event did he play in? Because he played in this one big event, and I saw him. I should have checked this quickly. And I saw him.
Mm.
Hey, did he win? He won against some stronger players, some 2,000 plus rated players, and I thought, okay, he still got it. But I don't remember which
Yeah,
event it was. But it was. I think it was in the in the Western Cape somewhere that side. So
yeah,
yeah. So it must.
yeah.
Maybe it was not the Master Cape Town Masters. But what other big event happened that side this year?
I think Dr. Bauer, I know he played in the league, and I mean, he always support the league, and he performs very well in the league.
Yeah.
I cannot recall which event it is that you're referring to.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Or I'll just dial his details
Mm.
and just click. So yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and then obviously we've got Dr. Omar Yeso also. He's also always in the awards. So,
What did he win for,
so
Dr.
he
Omar?
was, he was recognized for for the journalism category because
I
yeah.
saw that he had he shared a book that he's written is it a thesis or a book that he's written about chess or something from these university that he
Yes,
works
yes,
in.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wrote. Yeah, I wrote a book and he wrote a couple of theses and
Mm,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, on the
So yeah,
impact
so
on the impacts of chess. Is it in fighting yeah, some social issues or social ills, which is quite interesting. But yeah,
yeah,
so he's your
yeah.
journalist, the best journalist that side.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then the other words, yeah, I think the other words were for the junior players
Mm.
that was awarded. Yeah,
All right, all right. No, I mean it was quite a spectacle because I was just watching some of it on what is it? Was it on Facebook? Yes. So I saw it and some videos that were shared by people like Dr. Lindenbauer as well. And in some of his, in one of his, I think he shared a speech as well where he mentions the chess league. So you had 832 players taking part in the chess league this year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we've got. I think it's about what was it about 24, 25 clubs that we've got that's active here,
Mm.
and we had over 50 teams that was participating in the league. So yeah, the league is quite big. Yeah.
Ah, no,
So yeah.
no. That league, hey, hey.
We've got some players that listen. They don't for the year. They might not play in any other tournament, but when it's time for the league, they come
Mm.
out and they play. They represent their clubs. So
Yeah, because I mean, you also had top players. You had players like international master Watukobe showing up to the league, obviously playing some league games, and where am I forgetting? Number one, and not even though not so active a player anymore. Sure.
oh yeah, I mean that's one of the ones. Henry
And it's
still.
still.
We managed to get him out of retirement, come and play for Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, if you look at that on the board one in the Premier League, you got all the top players representing their clubs
We've got a
on
lot
board
of
one. So
titled
there's a lot of
players.
the title players that participate there.
Yeah, that lets you know that there's a lot of prestige for the event, and these clubs have so much respect for the event that they wanna bring in their best. It's not something that they take lightly. But then, yeah, I mean, like, what's happening in the Western Province? Why are you that top? What forms of encouragement, motivation? What's happening? What are you doing differently in in your region?
You should have listened to that speech I gave yesterday. It was a very long speech, but I reflected on some of the things that we are doing.
Mm,
But I think that so I became involved in Chess Western Province in 2020 when I was elected as president.
yes.
And obviously, it was during COVID times. And yesterday I just reflected on some of the things that we did. But like what we did during COVID, for instance, is that when everybody was confused and didn't know what they had to do. We, for instance, then started off with the online chess. You know, we had our online chess events, and that at that point in time it was still new for most of the players. But we then developed the strategy to say, listen, this is how we're going to go about having online chess, and then now. I mean, even online chess training is common, but for a lot of our players and coaches at that point in time, it was very new. So, but during that time, we actually invested in training our coaches how to conduct online training,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Yes.
And the following year, we had advanced training for our players. And a lot of the things is that the objective of it is what we want to do is we want to create an environment here that is conducive for players to develop, to get
Yes.
titles, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what that means is that one is that we need to get a lot more players, especially younger players, to get to a level where their rating is above 2000,
Yeah.
you know, where they were basically within reach of a Canon Master title,
Mm.
you know. And if so we can get a pool of players above 2000, then the next step would be that those players will start to push one another to get to 2200, and
Yeah.
if we can get more players at that level, they'll push one another to get to 2300. So that's kind of the strategy. So
Okay.
we've been doing a lot of things, that's within our control, because obviously, you know, with chess, there's not a lot of money going around.
Yeah.
So we have to deal with what we've got. Um, so, for instance, some of the things that we did is, adopt, for instance, policies that said that when Chess Western Province hosts regional events, the top two sections of that event will be feeder rated, you know,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
must be feeder rated. We've
Mm.
been encouraging our clubs and saying that when you are hosting tournaments, if that tournament is not feeder rated, we are willing as Chess Western Province to come partner with the club, you know, pay the feeder fees on their behalf to make sure that there's more feeder events, you know, so that we can grow that pool of feeder rated players. But the other important thing is that um, it goes around the issue of coaching.
Mm.
Because I was reflecting on that also yesterday, and I was saying that one of the important things that we need to do is we need to instill into our players this thing about their responsibility in terms of self-studying. You know, you can't develop as a chess player by just attending a training session with a coach.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is we need to get our coaches to teach our players, you know, how they should self-study.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because we can't have our coaches, for instance, just saying like, listen, I've got training gigs, you know, so on a Monday at this time, I've got this student, on a Tuesday on this time, I've got this student, you
Mm.
know, and deal with it as a gig. They should be invested in the player to say that, listen, if I have a session with you, for instance, I give you this material, you go and you study this material for the next 3 or 4 weeks, you know,
Oh
and then
yeah. Encourage the that independence. So that this.
yes,
Yeah. 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 For the players
yeah.
instead of
But
pushing them to be dependent on them.
yeah,
Yeah.
so those are some of the things, that small things that we you know, as I said, pulling the levers that we can pull, you know, and making the changes where we can make that,
Yeah.
to just improve things.
Mm, mm, mm. All right. No. No. I see. Again, obviously, coaches are also a very important part of that improvement, right? Because I just wanted to check, is it possible for coaches to make a living within the Western Province? Do you have coaches that are, I don't know, that because I,
Yeah, no, no,
mm,
we do have full-time coaches.
okay,
We do have coaches that, you know, that's the only thing that they do. They coach, and some of them are quite successful in terms of doing that, and they're making quite a decent living out of it.
yeah, and
I
is the
believe that if you got the correct business strategy, then yes, it is possible for you to make a living out of chess.
what is the involvement? I mean, the involvement of Western Province in terms of that, in terms of the coaching, is it do you play the middleman and then connect the players to the coaches, or you just create that environment where how do you yeah how do you encourage how are you involved in that like in ensuring
Look, I think that firstly, I mean, we've got a very rich history of chess within Cape Town, and
Yeah.
some of these things go back like decades, right?
Yes.
So even the coaching structures that we've got, has been there in place for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Um, as Chase Western Province, what we do is that we concentrate on the development of the coaches. For instance, just last month we had this FIDE preparation of teachers training course that we presented,
Mm.
that International Master Anzal Lopsha presented,
Yeah.
and we had some of our top coaches there. So it's just upskilling our coaches. And as I also said earlier, that in 2020, when it was COVID, we had training sessions for our coaches. Just so that is the role that we play. And in terms of the players, well, when we do get inquiries regarding maybe a parent looking for a coach for a child, then we would look and see what area they, and then refer them to a coach that operates in that area.
Wow.
There's also a lot of coaches that now obviously uh, providing online training. So yeah, so it's not just bound by where you are living.
Yeah. 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 All right. No. So what administrators? Did you have awards for administrators within the Western Province in the in your award ceremony?
We did have an award for Administrator of the Year, yes,
Yeah.
and Volunteer of the Year.
Yes. Yes.
I can recall that for the Volunteer of the Year, but some of our executive members that Chess Western Province executive members that was nominated for that.
All right.
And Olga Maruma, she was the winner of that category.
Ah,
Um,
Olga, very interesting. Because I remember I spoke to Olga, and she's the one that actually referred me to Babalo Revesane, and I've also seen that you've also been involved with Babalo and the program in Kukuletu. Can you speak a bit about that? Because I see that you're also very much involved in that, like you assisting a lot. Especially, I think she mentioned that whenever they've got events and they need avatars, that's also where you come in. What's your involvement with the Kukuletu Chess College?
Okay, so Google Edu Chess College is part of the clubs that are on the development program of the Western Cape Department of Cultural Affairs and Sport. So we've got two chess clubs that is on that program. Um, and that is the main support that we basically facilitate, whereby DCAS, would provide equipment to the club. They would provide transport, you know, um, even provide attire to the players. So there's quite a lot of support that goes in when a club is on that development program.
All right.
And then from Chess Western Province side is obviously just guiding Babalwa and the her colleagues there in terms of how they should go about in terms of development, and you know um, when they have their events, to support them with equipment, making that available to them,
Yeah.
also making sure that the tournaments are rated, that they put arbiters in place. So that's the type of support that we provide to a club like Guguletu. There's also other clubs that we uh,
Assist.
provide similar support to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I see they just had the Bashment Cup just is it a few days or a few weeks ago?
Yesterday, I think,
Oh,
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, again,
Yeah.
congratulations
I
to
think one of the other ones, talking about people involved in chess development, and they call it community building, is because that's a word that Bawala won last year,
yeah.
is George Patel, that he's doing also amazing work in Guguletu, sorry, in Kailicha.
All right.
Um,
Mm. Similar.
so he's got this organization called Defying the Odds. So yeah, so he won the award for Community Builder of the Year.
This year. All right, man. That's something interesting. That's someone to speak to again. All right, so we're saying congratulations to Miss Olga for winning that administrator. Is it the volunteer of the year award, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Olga's been the slave driver, yeah, on the Exco. So yeah,
Nah, I can tell she's very involved. I mean,
yes.
even in
No,
arranging,
no,
yeah.
look. I think it's just with some problems. We blessed in a number of ways. I mean, even if I look at the um, people that we've got that's serving on the executive committee currently, it's people that want to, be part of the structure. They want to make a contribution. They're always willing to work hard. So yeah, so we've got a lot of things that's going for us at this point in time. It
Ah,
wasn't always like that. We had to work to get it in place. So I think
yeah, to
we're
do
in a good spot at this point in time.
yeah, because I see that you also have a relationship with the is it the DCSR on your side, Department of Culture, Sports and Recreation?
Yes, yeah, it's Western Cape Department of Culture Affairs and Sport. Yeah, and that's what I was referring to earlier when I
Mm.
said about the club development program. So yeah,
So that's
and
the
and they support that they provide. I mean, part of them obviously they sort of provide some grant funding for us for administrative costs and development initiatives that they support. But they also provide funding for some of the major events that we're hosting.
mm,
So, for instance, this year there's three events for which they provide funding, which was the Western Cape Close. They provided some funding for the Cape Town Masters tournament that we're supposed to be having next year in January, as well as for this SA Close tournament that also supposed to take place.
yeah.
So, yeah, DCAS has been good to us.
Would you say it's there's some challenges? How difficult is it to maintain a relationship with DCSR? Are there some challenges to that, or is it something that obviously that's as part of your work as an executive, that's something that anybody can handle? Like if they create a relationship, they can just. 'Cause I'm just wondering why other.
Look, yeah, yeah. Look, they ask from time to time. We do have issues, and I mean, we do raise the issues that we've got, and I think that in some respects, DCAS can respond to those things, and sometimes they don't respond.
My network was giving me challenges, but yeah, very sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm back.
Yeah. So,
All right. So we were talking about the challenges working with DSEC, if there are any.
yeah, yeah. So we call it DCAS.
DCAS. Oh yes, okay. So it's not the Department of Culture, Sports and Recreation. It's Department of Cultural Affairs. Is it?
Affairs and sport.
All right. Cultural Affairs and Sports. I see. All right. DCAS. So yes, what are the challenges that you have that
So I was saying that there's a, that because it's been good to us, but and there are some, every now and then we do have challenges, but we do raise the challenges when we get the opportunity to engage with DCAS,
yes.
and sometimes they are able to respond to those challenges and issues that we've got. Sometimes they cannot respond to it, but what I was saying is that I think what we've realized, and myself have realized, is that look, we always the issue with government is when we approach government is for more money that we're looking for them to support our events and things
Mm,
like that. And the reality is that our government has got some serious challenges that they have to deal with.
yeah.
And at this point in time, national government has just announced austerity measures. So we do expect that in future we might get even less support. Until things change again at the national level.
Mm,
And therefore, for us, the challenge is to look for alternatives and make sure that we put a strategy in place whereby we can get funding from alternative sources, especially corporates, and trying to get them involved in chess. And as I said, that I think as Chess Western Province at this point in time, we've done a lot of good work. I think the product that we've got is a beautiful product,
yeah.
and it's something that corporates are taking note of.
Mm,
We have not yet secured a big corporate
partnership or
and
sponsorship with.
we've got some money into the pot here, but it's something that I think corporates can support this organization because we are doing such a lot of good work. Around chess and chess development.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Western Province. If any federation, I think you are one of those that deserve to have that such kind of partnership with COP. If yeah, so you are leading the way. So we'll see from you because the package that everybody wants to sell, you already have it. The package that every federation wishes they had. You've got the players, the coaches, you've got the committed administrators. You even have relationships with government, with the DKs, like you say, and so forth. So which is also
Yeah.
some very yeah. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah, and I was also like in my speech yesterday, I was saying like, listen, we actually don't need a lot of money,
yeah.
because we've proven that you give us a little bit of money and we can do amazing things with that money. The impact of the projects that we've got is quite huge,
Mm,
and the difference it makes to people just in terms of their chess development, but also in terms of their lives.
yeah. Yeah.
So it is definitely something that I think corporates should consider seriously to get involved and partner with us.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, is what do I am international master Kobese in the Western Province or just in Cape Town, or which region is he? Federation.
Yeah, so he's in Western Province. You obviously know that Western Province is actually just Cape Town Metro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's one of the issues that we are also dealing with. We've resolved early in this year that we will be rebranding.
Mm.
From away from Western Province, and we will be calling ourselves Cape
Cape
Town.
Town Metro. Okay.
Um, yeah, so that you guys that's out there in the north, we're always confusing you with this Western Province thing. So yeah,
The Western Cape, Western Province, we sometimes think it's the same thing, the whole province, and then yeah, we don't even know where it is.
yes,
Yeah.
you've got a province within a province and all of those things.
Well,
So
yeah,
yeah,
Cape Town Metro might also even be able to attract a lot of sponsors because again, there's a lot that's in the name, right? So it's okay.
yes,
Mm,
yeah. If you look at like what we've done is we already started to rebrand our tournaments,
mm.
and now we, for instance, have the
The Cape
the,
Town
the Western
Masters.
Province Open used to be called, or we used to have the Western Province Open, and it's now being called the Cape Town Open.
Oh yes.
And then we've got the Cape Town Masters tournament. So we recognize the fact that Cape Town is an international brand,
Mm.
and we want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, yeah. Because and I was asking about I am what to comment because I remember there was it a Mazda ad which she was involved in or something? Is it but it was a car brand, I think. I don't remember which one exactly. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking that closeness, that proximity to these big corporates. Because if you had that,
yeah. No. It's. I think there's a lot of our players and parents that are well connected here
yeah.
with corporates, and I was appealing to them yesterday and saying that, listen guys, we need to speak to people here, so that they can come closer to us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man, come in and make chess even more lucrative because I mean everybody has their own reasons for coming into chess, but we want to keep them. So that's why we need those incentives. People need to be able to make a living just doing chess, and in that way, the developments will be limitless. The progress in terms of the all your targets, your goals, in terms of what it's rating and titles and so forth, with the partnerships with from the sponsors and all that. It's it'll be all reachable easily. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
no. As you said, we've got all the ingredients here. We
yeah.
just need a little bit of money here to lubricate this things. Yeah.
And a bit on the Cape Town Masters. Is it a I think it was an IM Nom event last year, right? And I remember speaking to Ricardo saying he said that you wanted to make it into a GM Nom, and there was some I don't know what is this year coming up next year. Sorry, what's the plan about it with the Cape Town Masters? Is it an IM
Yeah.
Nom,
So
a GM
so
Nom event?
Yeah, so the this year's event is impacted a little bit by this SA Close tournament,
Mm,
because we've now offered to assist Chess South Africa in hosting the SA Close
yeah.
during and it's going to be basically be at the same time as the Masters tournament. So some of the top players will then be playing in the close.
Mm,
And we do have a couple of issues there that we still need to resolve, before we can confirm the event.
the close.
But it's not going to be a norms event, the Cape Town Masters this year.
Okay.
What the Cape Town Masters is basically a tournament where we getting high rated players, 1800
And above.
ratings and above,
And
and getting them to play against one another. And if you're well prepared, then you can score some decent rating points in that event. And that the whole idea is to project players and give them an opportunity to go above 2,000.
You know, last year I thought I even said it. I think in one of the episodes when I was speaking on the Capetown Masters that this event it was so like it was so good to Jan that I felt like it was organized around him to help boost him.
Well, he used this opportunity that was given to himself. Yeah.
I'm like, whoa! Did Jan because he gained like 85 points or so. Was it 84 point something? I don't remember, but I remember he benefited the most from the event, and I think that's
Yeah.
after that event that he got his cycle. But yeah, so of
Yeah.
course that's obviously the magic that's some of the things that that event can do because it managed to do this for this youngster, and obviously it can do a lot more for others next
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
So I don't think that we'll host a GM Norms event soon.
Mm,
I think that when I looked at the players in South Africa generally, then you find that the it becomes quite difficult to meet the criteria for a GM Norms event. I think that the players that we would like to participate and go for the norms, some of them actually first need to up their own ratings.
Oh yes, 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 yeah.
And you need to get players before they go for GM norms. The player must probably be already at a rating of about 2,300.
23,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mm. All right. No, no. Again, I'm glad I'm speaking to you because again, it was some of the things that came up. Because remember, you obviously with the advert of the Cape Town Masters, there was also an attachment of the invitation to the SA closed, and with that invitation came a list of players that were invited, and everybody wants to know. You are the only person that can answer that right now. Who was involved in the selection? And
Yeah.
what
So sometimes we
criteria
take
was used?
liberties. Yeah.
Eh?
Sometimes we take liberties here in Cape Town. No. Look, the players that gets invited to the essay close, there is criteria that Chesa has used in the past.
Yes.
And what we did is we then contacted the ratings bureau, which
Yes.
is Gunther,
Hmm.
and said that, listen, this is the criteria. Who are the players that meets this criteria?
Yeah.
And then based on that, we then obtained the provisional list of players. And what we then said is that this list of players that we published, we obviously because of the issues with Chess South Africa and the elections that took place
Mm.
and the new exco supposed to be coming in,
Yeah.
and we were hoping that that matter was going to be settled already.
By the 25th.
Then
Yes.
the new exco could then obviously approve the player list because that was just a provisional player list.
Yeah.
And also if there was objections to the player list, that they could then be able to deal with those objections, and at the end of the day decide who the final list of participants is. And our involvement is just to actually just host the tournament, and it's not to select the players.
Yeah. But
So yeah, it was just an administrative process that we did.
so how do you explain now, or how does Gunther or anybody from the ratings bureau explain away the absence of Daniel Caudry, obviously chess rated
Mm.
active player number
Yeah.
one, and
So
what
in terms of
Gomez?
that,
Mm,
so in terms of the criteria that was used previously, there was one of the main criteria was activity criteria that within a 2-year period, 24-month period,
mm.
starting from
1st of
September
September. Yeah.
2020, what was it, 2021 until the 31st of August, you had to play 50 games,
Yeah.
standard rated games.
Hmm.
And if you didn't meet that criteria, then you didn't qualify for selection.
Mm.
And that was the issue that we had with Watu and Daniel, was that they were short of a couple of games.
They disagree
So,
though.
and
Yeah.
then, but as I said, that was the initial criteria.
Mm.
These are the players that qualify. These are the players that don't qualify. This is the provisional list. If anyone had a problem with that, they were then invited to lodge an appeal.
Yeah.
That could then be considered. And so, in the absence of the functioning chess executive
Executive.
board,
Hmm.
we're then expecting the FIDE reverse delegate to step in and fill that role.
Yeah.
So, and that is what we're waiting on now. That's why there's a bit of a delay in finalizing these things, because we need, as Chess Western Province, we need someone to be representing Chess South Africa and approve the player list and approve the the, the regulations for the tournament
Yeah.
before we can go ahead and host the tournament. And yes, we are starting to run out of time, and it's becoming a bit of a concern to me. So I think very soon we will have to, if there's still a further delay, as Chess with some problems, we probably may have to make a call on this and decide, are we going to continue with this event or we're not going to continue with it.
Yeah. But then now,
But
who
from
who
our perspective, we would like to continue with it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it'll be great. But I also want to know, would like to know, who is it that approved Chess Western Province for hosting of the SA closed? Because if you're waiting for someone to approve the list, then that means you're also waiting for them to approve the hosting. So now the same
Yes.
person that approved the hosting, shouldn't they have enough powers to approve the list as well?
So what we did is, this is a regional federation. We subjected to our provincial federation, right? So we obviously approached our provincial federation and said that, listen, we would like to host this event. Is it fine for us to go ahead? And then at a provincial level, that request was then taken to the National Council of Provinces
Mm,
to say that, listen, Chess Western Province is offering to host this event. Um, and as provinces, are there any issues, any objections to Chess Western Province hosting the event? I believe there were no real objections against that.
okay.
And then there was also consultations with FIDE and the FIDE reverse delegate, and they also didn't have any objections to this
So basically,
hosting of the event by Chess
so
Western Province. So
so
yeah,
basically, we can say the SA National Council approved the hosting in that sense. Because if you're saying they
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can put it that
Put
way.
it
Yeah.
that way. All right, all right.
Hmm.
But yeah, but they don't have the executive signature to now approve the player list. So we're just waiting for the 17th of
Yes,
December.
yes,
All right, all right.
yes.
No, yeah, all the best then. Any more information on that, surrounding that issue? And how are they this event going to be run? So I think I saw that they were somehow going to be run concurrently, where on the same days the players will be playing both events. So would you be able to have a player playing the Capetown Masters and still playing the SA closed? And
Well, in terms of the original playing schedule that we had, would not have been possible, because you either would have to decide that you're gonna, if you qualify for the SA close, then you had to play in the close,
mm,
where unfortunately the SA close, you're only playing for prestige. There's no prize money, and you got the Masters on the other side that got a bit of prize money. So you then have to make the decision and decide where you're going to be playing. The there is a proposal that came out, and that's why I'm saying that this things needs to be approved still, because we had appeals that we received, or that was submitted, and that we had to consider, and so there initially the tournament was going to be a round robin. If it's going to continue now, it's likely to continue in the format of a Swiss tournament. So
mm,
yeah, so, and then if it is a Swiss tournament, we still need to decide whether we're going to run it still concurrently with the Cape Town Masters tournament, or are we going to run it after the Cape Town Masters is concluded.
yeah.
But as I said, we are waiting for a way forward from the decision makers,
Mm.
and yeah, as I said, the delay is a bit concerning, and
Yeah,
we'll
but then I
probably have
guess
to.
what is it?
In the next 2 days, we'll know where we're standing with this.
In the next 2 days, you say?
Yes, yeah. Either we're going to proceed or we're going to cancel our involvement in
But
the
so
ASIC
is the
close.
reverse delegate also not coming in to assist in this? Because again, if in the meantime, I think he should be the one that is stepping up. Eh? Again, I mean,
Mm.
I'm also thinking because because I'm thinking of the players that would want to take part in the what in the Masters event, and then now again they want to become the SA champion, and obviously take advantage of
Yeah,
the rights that come
I
with that.
think that would be ideal. If players can play in the Cape Town Masters tournament first, and thereafter they play in the SA Close.
Maybe 1 or 2 days after, or even just without a resting day, they just move on to
Yes,
the yeah, yeah.
yeah. Mm.
So reverse delegates not
So we're still waiting for
a response from.
responses, and as I said, hopefully we'll get a response within the next day or so. Yeah, but obviously for logistical purposes and players needing to travel to Cape Town and book flights and arrange accommodation and stuff like that, you need a bit of lead time. And as I said, that we basically have now gotten to this point where there's no time left anymore.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm. But then again, oh yeah, because I think that's another question that I sort of got from some players. Are you making any? Are you accommodating the winner of the B section in the open section or in the of the closed? Because I think
no, because there was no winner of a B section. There was no B section
the
in the
last
last
time there
SC.
was a B section, the last time there was a B section, it was a while back. I think there's someone that is claiming that he won the B section a few years ago when it
Yeah, that
happened the
was
last time.
a couple of years back. It was
Yeah.
not the last SA close tournament.
Mm.
So
Uh, Also, in the
there's no
last
one
SA
that's
closed, there wasn't a B section.
no, there wasn't. Yeah,
All right, so no, there's not going to be a B section this time as well.
no, there's not going to be
A
a
B
B
section.
section now.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, I think we've covered a lot, but as long as Western Province keeps on doing great things, big things, I believe that we are still going to be speaking more and more, and hopefully having more and more federation leaders learning from what Western Province is doing, more federations learning from it. Because I think, yeah, we need to share this knowledge and information and experiences that we have so that the rest of South Africa can just keep growing. But yeah,
yeah. Yeah, no, no, no. For us, it's important that the other regions also they develop and the level of their chess
mm.
players improve, because at the end of the day, we need to have a strong competition. That's how we're going to become stronger. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And all the best to your players who are now taking part in the USAs. So see again, if number one from the USAs come from the Western Province again, you've got your. Was it Loazi Selepe? Is it Martin Nico? Is it Martin Nico and Loazi
Nico
Selepe?
Martin.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So those are the two players that are at the top two currently of the Uzas, and they're both from the Western Province. So congratulations on that, and congratulations on your successfully held awards ceremony. Awards that is also something beautiful coming from the Western Province, and again on the successful running of the biggest chess league in South Africa with 832 players taking part. Big things happening in the Western Province. Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
goodness.
thanks.
All right. Have a good evening, Mr. Burton van Staaden. Have a good evening and thank you for your time.
Thank you,
All
Eddie. Good
right.
evening.
Bye.
So yeah, that was it. It happened. Mr. President Burton van Staaden from the Western Province was obviously having a conversation with us. It was such an interesting one. I hope I managed to ask some of the questions that you've had because they just came back afterwards. I should have prepared because I remembered that even in the what was that talk in the was the players commission where players were inquiring about the closed and the SA closed and the Cape Town Masters. So yeah, I managed to get some of those questions in. But yes, beautiful interview. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Van Staaden. For and this is it. I know. I can just keep talking and then this video becomes too long. But obviously, we'll make another one. And all the best to the players in the taking part in the USAs. All the best to the players representing South Africa in the Africa Juniors Chess Championship, the Bujanalians, the South Africans. That is Michael Simpson, FIDE Master, Manele Mango, FIDE Master, and Chisomo Boshoma coming back with her own title. Definitely. We look forward to seeing all of that. So yeah, we'll come back with another episode or we'll talk about all the other things such as Vicky Magoo managing to finesse us back into the vice president position. Boo! Not us, FIDE though. But yeah, it was a smart move. So we'll talk about that next time. Good evening.